raised my boys. I feel like there's a yes and a no. And the yes is having conversations with my children in their 20s, being able to express themselves. Mum, Tariko, for instance, open up about how he felt going to Zambia. I didn't have my mum or my dad. Yes, I'm with my auntie Tina, I'm with my grandparents.
Not the same.
But there was a time I wanted you. And then there was, well, I haven't done nothing wrong. I'm not the one who's going because I've been naughty. And that's how it was perceived, right? So for him, there was resentment towards his brother as they got a little bit older. So it's a great question. But then on the flip side, Darian's more grateful that he did go.
Everyone's experience is a little different.
And this is the thing. So it's like, as a parent, I've gone through feelings of emotions where it's just like, did I do the right thing? I feel shit. Am I a bad mum? I remember the first time Tariko expressed himself to me, Lu, like, it was a paragraph. He texted me his feelings.
It was just out of the blue? Or...
Well, I guess it's just how he was feeling, right?
But had you guys been having conversations, or did it just come out of the blue?
No, not necessarily. It was kind of out of the blue.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of out of the blue. And I think they living together at this time. I think they were living together. I think just before during. But anyway, that's not the point. I was going to the gym. Happy Larry going to the gym. Get to the gym. I'm reading this text message outside the gym. And while I'm reading this message, the hotter I'm getting.
Okay.
And as I'm reading all these things, all what's going on in my head is, am I a shit parent? Am I a shit mum? So I'm a shit mum then. You know, literally the worst thoughts. It's just like, wow, I felt crap. I felt terrible.
Do you feel like you reacted? Okay. Do you feel like his message, your response was more about how it made you feel?
Totally.
Than his words?
Totally.
Okay.
Totally. And this is where growth, learning, and really listening, like you said earlier, a lot of people can talk, but we don't listen.
But I think you're human as well. Sometimes you just need a minute.
But this is what I'm saying. I need a bit to digest that.
Yeah.
I'm outside the gym crying, my eyes crying. You know, like, I've called him. So the first thing I've said is, I'm a shit mum. So you're saying I'm a shit mum, but he's just expressing his feelings, how he felt about going to Zambia, you know. And when we were on the phone, he says to me, no, this is not about, I'm not saying you're a shit mum, because you're not. He said, I'm telling you how I feel. And it goes back to what you said. In that moment, I'm not reading that's his feelings. I'm just thinking about myself and how I'm feeling in that moment. And I was being selfish.
I'm gonna do
to an extent.
Yeah, I'm gonna
to an extent.
Because what he's gonna have to learn going forward, and we've all had to learn it through relationships more than anything, is whenever you do tell somebody how you feel, you need to be really careful about not making it seem total. And telling them the good parts. Because let's be honest, as adults, we've realised with my partner, with my husband, whatever, if I say, you do this and you do, that's really accusatory. Like, it's really accusatory, and it's very difficult for human beings, generally speaking, if you're not that personality type, to hear that and go, okay, open arms. I'm going to hear that and want to go, what? So I think as you get older, you start to realise, you say something like, you're an amazing dad, but I feel like you can support me more here. So you've got to say it in a language that people can receive, because instinct is to hear something negative and to want to defend yourself.
There you go.
It's hard to say.
That is what I felt like doing in that moment. But you know what? We had it out. But later, after he said what he said, like, you know, Mum, it's not about making you feel bad. No, it's just about me expressing my feelings. And I was like, I went to the gym, worked out, felt better for it. And we talked about it. And it goes back to what you're saying. I'm grateful that I can have conversations with my kids, whether it be good or bad, or even if I'm in my feelings in that moment. I am so grateful for that. Grateful, because you know what? Even they say to me, Mum, we're so proud of you, you know. They'll be like, you know, how many single mums here are deadbeat mums, as they would say. Or do you know how many, and they always say, we may not have, it's like, there was always love. You've loved us. And that's what has been important, because they said if there was no love, it could have been a bit peak.
And there is the breakthrough.
See
what I did
there? Right.
And on
there.
that note, welcome to the breakthrough. So, C, what is the breakthrough?
The breakthrough, basically. So I love to talk.
We both do.
We love to natter. Very happy, positive people.
We like to put the world to rights, as we say.
Yeah. We're just here to really sit down and just kind of dissect life experiences, give it a different perspective.
Yeah.
I sit down and I watch a lot of podcasts, and then you kind of think, not necessarily, or older version, because, I am 48, I might not look it. Thought I'd just throw that one in. But essentially, we're just here to have conversations, two friends talking about life, love, lessons learned, tears, just sharing our experiences, our friendship. We're just here to talk, inspire people, encourage you to believe in yourself, because I tell you what, for a long time, I did not believe in myself. And I'm sitting in this chair today because I believe in myself.
You had the breakthrough.
Exactly. And hence why we are here at Breakthrough. So that's what that's what I would say, Lou.
Yeah. Same. I think I used to watch a lot of podcasts, not so much now, not about lifestyle, because it just doesn't resonate with me, respectfully, because my kids aren't babies anymore. I'm 40, I've just turned 40. I just feel like some of these perspectives that I see, to me, I'm just like, well, that's a weird view. That's a weird take. That's a take of such an insular experience. It's not their fault. It's an insular experience. And because of that, it doesn't resonate with me.
Yep.
Or I end up thinking this is beneath me.
Yep.
So we thought, let's create a space.
Yeah.
For women like ourselves, for people like ourselves.
Exactly. Everyday people.
Everyday people.
Right? Literally, it's like learning people, finding out people's stories. Also, talking to people, sitting down with people and through their experiences, because again, everybody's got a story.
Absolutely.
Right?
We don't want to talk about who should pay on a date. Like, when these are conversations that are beneath us. That's like,
this is it. Like, whatever. If you know what, if you want to pay, if he wants to pay,
who cares?
Right, exactly. Do you know what? And as you're saying that, I mean, we're gonna be talking about so much stuff, right?
So much.
And it's, as Lou, you just said about paying. It's like even dating. When you're saying conversations are beneath you, like, think about even big people, actually, grown people, who I won't go out with a man if he doesn't pay for on the first date.
Well, who asked who out?
If he asks you out, he should pay. Absolutely. If you ask him out,
you should pay.
There we go.
Or at the very least, you should offer.
But some people, because this whole Dutch thing is like, I don't want to go Dutch.
Yeah, going Dutch is stupid. Going Dutch is stupid. Like, you pay for you, I pay for me.
No.
That's stupid.
If I'm taking you out, I think it's also cool for us women to take our men out.
Absolutely.
But I think, don't come for me, y'all. But I think the younger ones, or what I hear, they're very much, man's got to do everything.
This is why when I hear conversations about what do you bring to the table, I kind of get where that frustration is coming from, because you want old-fashioned values, but you want to move like a modern girl, which is fine.
Yeah.
But there has to be a little bit of give there somewhere. You know?
It's balance.
It's balance. So, and I just think and it's fine. It's a young view. Like, I remember being 15 saying I'm going to be married at 25, I'm going to have my first kid at 30. It's a young perspective.
Absolutely.
And it's fine. But we've had experience now. And
so it's funny, I didn't think like that.
Didn't you?
No.
I did.
No. Do you know, as I said, no, I didn't.
What were you thinking? You didn't think at all?
I actually didn't think about it. It's so interesting, because as you say that, no, I didn't. I thought I would like to be married one day, but I wasn't one of those girls who's like, this is what I visualize. This is what I have in my mind. No, and I guess maybe also how you're brought up. I don't know.
Yeah, I came from a single parent household, so I think a lot of my perspectives were like from the Cosby Show, from my wife and kids. So I wanted it.
You wanted it. You wanted it. Yeah, my dad obviously raised by dad and my mum.
Tell us a bit more about
Mum Grace. And so for me, I was in a 2-parent household. I was raised in that, even though it wasn't my birth mum.
Yeah, but still two parent
right?
household.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so she was my mum. She raised me from a young age. So, but then I also think, I don't know if my experiences and we'll get into those sort of deeper conversations later, but just generally, I wonder if my experiences in life shaped me well, clearly they did.
Yeah.
They shaped me a certain way, then I didn't think about certain things. So no, I didn't really think about marriage and relationships, but I'll dive deeper later on as to why maybe that was the case.
Well, okay, so Lu, Latifa. I don't like being called Latifa because it feels like I'm in trouble. If you say my full name, it feels like I've done something wrong. Yeah, like what have I done? That said, though, I was having an argument with a girl at work, and she was like, Lu, I said, it's Latifa to you.
Well, in that moment, it's not because you ain't my friend.
Right. If you're lucky, I didn't ask you to call me Mrs. Thompson Low, babe. But yeah, Latifa, 40 years old. I've got 3 children, 3 girls.
Yep.
I mean, me and my husband are going to be together next year. 20 years.
Wow.
20 years.
I've been there from the beginning.
Right. Married 10 years again next year.
Yep.
Yeah, just a lot. Gone through a lot.
We've been together. But you know what? And Clara, 48, got 2 boys, and I'm a glamour, as I like to say, to 5. 5 beautiful grandkids.
Tell them how many sets of twins.
One of my children has got 2 sets of twins. Crazy.
Your twins run in your family?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And his dad's side. But it's so funny. I used to say to him when he was a pain in the ass, I was like, you know what? Hope you get kids and they're going to give you shit just like how you shitted. You know what I mean? You treat me. But yeah, being a young mum though, again, 21. First Darren at 21.
When do you think being a young parent stops? Just out of interest. Because I felt like a young mum at 24. When I found out I was pregnant at 23, I was scared to tell my mum.
Leaving home at 16 made me grow up.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
So that's the other difference. And this is what I'm saying, right? So your experiences, your household, how you're living, how you're growing, it shapes you. So for me, leaving home at 16.
Even the fact you left home at 16 and didn't have a baby for 5 years, that's to be commended in some...
Absolutely.
I'm going for it. Especially I'm guessing you grew up roughly about the time I did, in terms of, I went to Skinner's in Hackney, and I would say something like 40% of the girls there, if they made it to, I would say 40% left to go to university, college, the rest got pregnant.
Yeah, it was very much a thing.
Yeah.
Back in my...
It's a big thing.
Listen, like, I remember, I was just saying that, going back to school days. Oh my gosh. There was one girl used to give shiners back in the day. As they called it.
Jesus.
Shiners.
I remember shiny girl. She's a shiny girl. Yeah,
you remember them ones there, right?
Yeah.
In the toilets. I'm just thinking
about
the thing.
I went to a girls' school. That went happening.
I went to a mixed school, literally, but she's doing a youth club.
Damn.
Across the road from the school.
How old is she?
This is my point. If I left home at 16, we're at school. So I'm 14, 15.
Damn.
Or should have been, I think she might have been maybe a year older than me.
Yeah.
Right? But it's like, yo, the things people used to do. But it was fun growing up then.
But you know what's different? I do think people judge this generation now harshly. And I don't mean like our kids. I mean like when you listen to music, they're like, oh, it's so vulgar, like you're Megan Thee Stallion. I'm like, did you not hear Little Kim?
Wait,
did you not hear Foxy Brown?
Thank you.
They were saying some nasty shit.
Yeah, but it's true, because even as an adult now, when you listen to songs, we say it. You're like, yo, you're like, is this what we were listening to all this time?
But the key is, I didn't know what I was saying. Does that make
No,
sense? Like I had I'm singing the words.
Singing the words, but you're not thinking about what exactly. You're not thinking about exactly what they're saying. And
this is why I feel like when we judge this generation, like, oh,
yeah,
they're so
I agree.
I feel like almost forgetting ourselves. Some of the stuff we listen to was mad.
Yeah, but no, you can't, because this even goes to, there's so much stuff that have happened back then that today you're like, are you mad? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But people got away with it. And I think what I like about now is that there's certain things that you can't get away with.
Oh, yeah. But there's certain things. I remember I watched, jumping off topic, I used to watch an interview with Britney Spears when I was maybe 12. And the person was asking her about her virginity and Justin Timberlake. But I remember as a 12-year-old thinking, this is weird.
Yeah.
I couldn't put it into. I remember thinking this is weird. So it's like, how could the adults not think that was weird?
Remember we were talking about Brooke Shields?
Yeah,
documentary, right? When she was 12 and being in sex movies at that
Kissing
age, and your mum is allowing it. That is not happy.
But you know what? There was more to it. It was very insidious with her anyway. Because the reason I'm saying that is because she did. Do you remember when she did the Calvin Klein advert?
Yes.
And the tagline was, the only thing that comes between me and my Calvin, there's nothing, because the only thing that comes between me and my Calvin Kleins is nothing. You're a teenager.
But this is what I'm talking about, the industry. It's wild. Yeah, but this is the thing, the things that the industry got away with.
In fairness, I think a lot of people were in uproar about it, but the jeans sold.
There you go.
But the jeans sold.
But this is what's weird. What's mad about it? It's not even weird. What's crazy? It's mad.
But that still persists today. In that kind of
But it does. Yeah. Balenciaga did the whole
and people
campaign.
Are still wearing it like they forgot. Like, I'm disgusted with it, and I will never touch Balenciaga. I never did anyway. It wasn't my thing.
No.
But people are just acting like that's okay.
It's okay.
Oh no,
so it's just different. It's different.
I think morality is just all over the place at the moment.
Oh.
Speaking of which, I wanted to ask you. Remember I was telling you about Mo Gilligan? Now, not him specifically, but I just thought the topic would be an interesting one. So basically, I could be wrong because I feel like Mo's been with the girl that he's with for a while. Mm-hmm. Okay. So there's two things that might have happened here. I could be wrong. I need to do a bit more digging on it. So it could be a situation where he cheated on his girl with this girl, got her pregnant.
His girlfriend, Julie.
Right, which because I feel like I know that girl. I feel like I've been clocking that girl since.
I don't even know who his girlfriend or his partner was, but anyway. As in what they look like.
Yeah, I don't know I couldn't say what she looks like, but I just feel like this one person has been around for a minute. So this is why I'm like, did he cheat on her?
Okay.
But anyway, now this other lady's got pregnant, had a baby for him. He said at the point where she got pregnant, I don't want a baby, and she's had it anyway. And she's come on the internet to blast him, say he's not looking after his kid, He's looking after his kid financially. He's just not seeing his child. And then him and his current partner, they've had a baby or they're having a baby. So she's in her feels. Bottom line is, she's in her feels that he's not making the time or the energy to see their child, but yeah, he's making the babies. I think her exact words were, how are you going to think about making... And it was almost like this victim mentality of how
he can.
How are you going to, she was like, how are you going to think about making a baby with somebody else when you don't see the one you have? And I was just like, let's just park that for a sec. But the internet's coming for her. The internet's like, why would you want to have a kid for a man that don't want you?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, because you're having, to me, what's wild is that you're going to come for him to say you're having a kid. He's been with her. Yeah, he cheated on her with you.
Even if he didn't cheat on her, if someone tells you they don't want a baby.
They don't want a baby.
But I mean, I think he did cheat on his partner. I think he did.
Or whatever's happened. But the point is, if he's still with his partner, who he was with for how long, she can't tell him, say, well, you can't go ahead and...
But furthermore, you didn't think this through.
In my opinion.
But furthermore, you didn't think this through. No. And this is where I get a bit...
That's what it was, okay.
So I get a bit frustrated. The conversation is, oh, why'd you have a baby for a man that didn't want you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, the conversation is bigger than that. To me, it's wider than that. I think that's a small, skewed version of it. There's so many things, it's nuanced. So the first thing is, men and women need to start realizing that sex is for procreation. Sex is to make babies, okay? And that's the bottom line. Yeah, it's fun. God knew what he was doing because he wants us to do it. If it weren't fun, we wouldn't do it. We wouldn't procreate. We'd make babies.
There we go.
So God knew what he was doing. But equally, the sole purpose of sex is to have a baby. So for me, men and women, don't lay down with anybody. That if they got pregnant, it would disgust you to have a child with them.
Yeah.
Secondly, men, protect yourselves. Okay? If a woman says, oh, I'm on the pill, I'm going to do it. Okay, good. What you're not going to do is allow another human to be in charge of your future. Because once it happens, it's out of your control.
Yeah,
you got to use manipulation or some toxic behavior to get rid of it.
Yeah.
On the flip side, women, why do you want a child with somebody who does not want a child with you? Do you not want more for yourself? Do you not think higher of yourself?
Totally. But then I think it's not as black and white as who doesn't want a child with you. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, yes, he might not want, but she might still want it.
But why?
Because some people like that, Lu.
I get but I think that's manipulative. And the thing is...
but this is what I mean.
And also, the bigger picture for me, as a woman, so do you not want... I always thought growing up I didn't miss anything from not having a dad.
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely thought I was fine. I was healthy. I didn't miss anything until I saw my husband with my children, and there was a moment of a little bit of jealousy, and I was like, so this is what I missed.
Yes.
This is what I didn't have.
Yes.
And I feel like sometimes parents,
yes,
because you've done that to me.
yeah.
You've done that to me. Okay. I've now
Yeah.
had to go through almost a grieving process of what I didn't have and blah blah blah. So I'm like, I think sometimes parents just don't think beyond themselves.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it, but I think it's a tough one because again, it's not black and white.
But I think, yes, you're right. It's like I said, it's nuanced. So
exactly.
if you're a couple and you get pregnant, okay, it's a
and then you separate. Because this is why I say,
but that's a different conversation.
And then no, what I mean is, as in that's when the parent is not there. Because when you say from if I'm hearing it right, obviously when you see Dom with the kids, with the girls, and he's brilliant, absolutely brilliant with them. So and I hear that. So from your point of view, I can flip that down to my birth mother, for instance, or a certain relationship, even with my mum, who raised me. That I look at your relationship with your mum, like, oh, that would have been nice. I would like that. So these things that I missed out on because, but yet there was still a two parent household. Sorry, I had my dad and my thing, but the relationships were not conducive or did not allow, or I felt that I missed out on that relationship. So as an adult, I look back and I'm like, so in what you're saying, oh, that's what I missed out on.
That's what you took from me.
Right? That's what I missed out on. But the people who, like her, she wants it to me in the mode situation, because there's women who absolutely are manipulative, will trap a man, will want to have a picnic by a certain type of a guy.
And vice versa, men that would say
totally. Completely. Absolutely. We know that shit happens. We know that happens. So at the end of the day, it's all...
But I do think walking into it, like for instance...
Oh no, walking into it's different. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. Totally.
I don't want to have a baby with you.
Totally.
And you go, I'm going to do this. You almost have to go, I'm going to do this, knowing you're doing it on your own, being prepared to do it on your own. And you can't hear someone say, I don't want this. You do it and then demand
that you physically are there. No, that don't make sense. I agree with you there. 100%. No. In that case,
I'm not saying he's right, but that don't make no sense.
But that don't make sense because he told you
what he wanted.
You're absolutely right, but you still went ahead and said yes. So you cannot come for him. I don't think it's right for then you to be airing him.
And here's the thing. I remember as well
the internet.
And the thing that I deeped, I was like, Mo's not the type of fella who wouldn't pay for his child. From what I can gather.
So, but you said financially he's taking care of things.
Financially. So your problem is you want him to be more physically present. Yeah, but that involves being around you. And I don't think at any point you thought about how does that really... You decide to have a baby, okay? This man is with somebody else. Now, he has to get the go-ahead from the missus that he's seeing now. Because that's awkward as fuck.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
But you didn't deep that. You didn't say to yourself, oh, well, I want him to be present. I wonder if his girlfriend would be okay with that. You didn't consider that.
Nope.
Moreover, you didn't consider what it would look like for your child not to have a father present. Because if that was the case, you wouldn't be running harassing him.
No way.
You would have come up with plan B.
I just, I don't get it. I mean, and this is the thing. Why do you want to put yourself in that situation?
I think sometimes women don't deep the helplessness. Imagine, you lay down with somebody, you take all the precautions. You've had conversations. We don't want kids. Da 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 da. He takes all the precautions. Yep. You take all the precautions, and then you end up pregnant. Yep. And I get it. The hormones, the emotions, it all changes. Yeah. But the helplessness that a man must feel that this decision is no longer in his hands.
As you just said, you're taking all precautions, yeah? As you know with me. I took all precautions.
But you were still in a relationship.
No, of course. And that's what I've been saying, even when you are in a relationship, right? And I weren't ready to have no child. I weren't looking to have, I was like ready to live my life. Do you know what I mean? Do me and have fun. And as I said, leaving home at 16, got my flat when I was 19, I think. Well, I moved, whatever. Got my flat when I was 19 eventually. But getting pregnant, funny enough, the first time I was shocked, but I wasn't as more terrified. I was more like, all right, cool, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to go through with this. And like you said, I'm in a relationship. I've got my own place. I've got a job. You know, I'm working. So I'm doing my life is happening. You know what I mean? So I thought, yeah, fine. But then the second time it happened, I wasn't in the best place in my relationship. And then also, I had a coil. The
So first time, your control.
Thank you. The first time I got pregnant, the pill, because I was swapping pills because the doctors had to swap, got pregnant. Then the second time I had a coil, got pregnant.
There's a helplessness there. Then I did what I was supposed to do.
I was like, yeah, there we go. I did what I was supposed to do. I'm like, yo, 23, 2 kids. I ain't got time for that. Because I literally was just like, no, and I'm not in the best place here. What do I do? I'm not keeping it. That was my decision. Made an appointment, took my 2-year-old, because there's 2 years apart. Sorry, no, it would have been 1 and whatever and a bit when obviously I was pregnant. But I took him with me. Mate went to the doctors. Oh, I had to physically actually go to the clinic. Made an appointment to have a termination.
What changed your mind?
I prayed. It's that simple. I had a conversation to big man. Or woman.
Most likely a woman, let's be honest.
But I prayed. I actually made the appointment. But the day before the appointment, I was like, I need to pray, because I was 50-50. Like I wasn't sure. And I was just like, you know what, God? Tomorrow morning, you will let me know what the right thing to do is. Woke up in the morning, called the clinic, and I cancelled the appointment. And I'll tell you something, it's the best thing I ever did. Best decision of my life. Because I'll tell you what, he's amazing. Both my boys are amazing. Tariqo's just, and I speak on Tariqo because of the situation.
Yeah.
Darian, it was very much, okay, cool, excited, but it is what it is. It wasn't that feeling, that wasn't even a thought. But with Tariqo, and it was just like, wow, you know, 3 days, born 3 days before my birthday, gift, blessing, you know. So yeah, so he's 25, brilliant son, great relationship. I could not ask. I'm thankful I give thanks. I'm grateful, because again, a simple decision can change everything.
But the thing is, and because I know your situation, is you said no matter what, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
But that was key. You said no matter what.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing this, and you did it.
And I did.
And you did it.
Because we ended up, after whatever, I think when the boys held on to the relationship, try and work through it. But I was like, yo, no, bruv, you can't do this. Yeah, like, can't. And I did.
You handle business. And I think that's where the difference is. I'm not saying it's right or wrong for a man to be absent. I'm not saying that.
No.
But I'm just saying, as a woman, once you've made that decision, back yourself, handle your business.
Absolutely. Because you can't, and then you can't go. And one thing about me, and you're right, Lou, because it's just so right. Because even when women go and chat shit about the father of their children, or the whoever's situation like what we're talking about now, you know, I've got no time to do that. I'm not doing that. It's a waste of energy. I'm going to focus that energy into my kids. And I also used to tell my children, never let, I act out, or I do this because, my dad wasn't around.
No.
Because I'm in no, we're not doing that. We're not playing the whole, no. You can be whatever you want to be. Do whatever you want to be. Don't let nobody tell you no different, right? Whether because you're a boy, black boy on top of it. Go for what, you know what I mean? Just like, be your best at everything.
Like, you don't have to focus on what you didn't have. Look at what you
do.
Did.
Thank you. Yeah. Even sending them to Zambia, it's like they had great times. You know, they had difficult moments, but great times, difficult moments. But as a parent, I did what I thought was best in that moment.
Equally, having the fortitude and tenacity and the understanding that to be able to send your kid to save and be able to send your kids to private school, and because that's a sacrifice in itself.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I think people think, oh, you send your kids, that means physically being apart from them. That's hard. I think people don't understand how difficult that
and of course my mum
is.
lives in Zambia, so mum wanted to spend time with them.
Yeah, so it's you've obviously weighed it up and decided this is what's best.
Yeah, if my mum went there or my sister, my dad, there's no way. You're not going. We're going for who to go and do what?
Yeah.
No, we're not having that, bruv. It's not happening. So absolutely, it's you make choices in life, and later on, they either were great choices or not. But you know what? No regrets. It is what it is.
But that's key. You make choices. You make choices,
not someone else.
Yeah. So if you decide, and things as well, do you think realistically going to the internet to air him out is going to do what?
Yeah, but this goes.
It's going to force him to all of a sudden see his kid. Do you really think that's going to happen, or do you really think that's what's going to happen?
And it goes to what was the times we're living in, Lou. What you were saying, generation, because people are taking their business to the internet. What did you
not
expect?
just take a moment to just really? What did you want from that? Apart from maybe shaming him and putting him on blast. Okay, what else did you want from that?
Standard. That's exactly what that was about. Shaming him.
You could have said to him. And you know what? If he
it's
doesn't
a culture of very much air your dirty laundry for the whole world to see.
And if he doesn't want to see your child, you cannot force him. No. And like I said, he's paying for that child. So he's doing, in terms of expectation, normally the conversation is he don't pay for his kid. You're getting that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying...
Some of us didn't.
And I'm not saying...
Well done about you, girl.
And I'm not saying that he shouldn't be in that kid's life. But how do you think this is going to change it? And furthermore, you're not thinking about his current pregnant partner and how she feels and her health and her baby and her... You don't... It's very me, mine.
Yeah. It
is.
Like
I said, you made a choice.
Yeah.
Okay, because he told you what it was and what it wasn't. And you're saying, I've made a choice. Can you please get on board with my choice?
No, but it doesn't work like that.
Life doesn't unfortunately work
like that. Is there any response from her? Everybody blasting her or whatever?
Well, no, but everyone else is having conversations around it. Because people are like, oh, don't lay down with a girl if you don't want a baby, And that's correct, but I feel like that's just surface level of the conversation, as in... I think it's simple. Everyone knows sex is for babies, yeah?
Yeah, we know don't lay down with somebody if you don't want to have a kid. Yeah, that's obvious.
But people know this. It's almost like consent, yeah? If I'd have a conversation with you and I say, I don't want this and I do want this and I don't want this.
And they weren't in a relationship, correct?
No,
there was just a
ting. There was a ting. They was just seeing each other, which is fair.
Ting.
But where you told you was going to be wifey, where you promised the earth,
that's the thing. So she's...
So I keep getting trapped.
For me, it's really simple. It's Mo Gilligan. She's in her feelings. And you're just, there you go. You're having a baby by Mo Gilligan.
And furthermore, she even said something like, he's giving me money, but it's not as much as you would think.
Oh, sister, please, do you know what?
What?
Drop
that little line there made me look at that. The side eye. What do you mean it's not as much as you? Girl, how much do you think most women are going? The entitlement is wild,
and this is why I ain't got time for even people like that, because that just goes to show you
what you're on, what you're really on.
This is it. That's what I'm saying. It's Mo.
And apart from that, okay, this is gonna sound really back at us, but for me, you are now lowering your bride price. Okay, think about. There are so many women out there.
Liz said you are lowering your bride price.
There are so many women out there who have babies and go on to marry lovely men and have lovely relationships, and these men look after their kids and da. But you're letting the whole world know.
But this one, she didn't need to do any of it.
So you're lowering your bride price. Next man's going to go, nah.
Do you know what? Just take your money that he's giving you monthly. Doesn't want to be a part of it. Doesn't want to be a part of it. Raise your child. Focus on that. And that's simply the best thing to do.
I think a lot of women waste a lot of energy trying to force something that's out of your control.
Absolutely.
I want my son to have a dad. But if your dad doesn't want to have a son...
But I was having a conversation earlier with my partner, and we were talking about actually a good conversation, just generally like how fathers are not recognised as much as mothers in general in society. Oh, fully agreed. And then the reason I brought it up is because we were talking about Mo Gilligan and this girl. So she's, in my opinion, this status. You get people who go for people because of status, right?
Would you air out Tom, Dick and Harry. No, you're trying to affect his paper.
Yeah. And then, so I said, yeah, because you get women or men people who go for money. Like you date somebody for money. But we're talking about lots of different things. But I think for me, what was poignant was the conversation about the fathers. You know, Father's Day. Yes, it's society, I think in general, don't recognize fathers as much as they should.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I say that being raised by my dad split up with my mum. He didn't leave us with my mum. My dad said, I'm raising my kids.
I remember asking you, how come you end up living with your dad? And you was like, because he said I ain't leaving my kids. And I was
Simple.
like, that's that.
Right? That's it. So my brother, he's raised LA, you know, the kids as well. So I see it. I was raised by a father, a man. So it's like, there's a lot of good Dom!
Do you know what? I would say the narrative of absent black fathers, I think it's almost like, what's the word? It's almost like, what's that word when it's what?
Frivolous?
No, yeah, it's frivolous, but it's actually incorrect. I don't know any deadbeat dads. In my own circle.
And that's what I said. That's exactly what I said.
What's that word when something is like stereotype? It's a stereotype.
It's
not necessarily based on fact anymore.
No, stereotype. There you go. And that's what we were saying.
I don't know a single black man, whether he's with his partner or not, that doesn't look after his child.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that all the people I know are great guys and da-da-da.
No.
But I don't know a single man I know.
Yep.
Or that I know of that know of.
Yep.
Or wider circles. Yep. That doesn't look after their child.
Yep. You know, and then you get some fathers who don't see their kids because whatever circumstances has gone on. But I think over periods of time, surely, if you can get to an amicable space, if the father is making an effort and wants to see the kids, and there's never been violence. There's never been, here's the thing, the violence towards the kids.
Children, it has to be towards the kids as well, not you, darling, respectfully.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's true. Towards the kids. I don't see why a father cannot have access to his kids, spend time with his kids.
And here's the thing for me. This is why I feel like sometimes people, you got to take your own emotions out of it. He could have cheated on you. He could have now be with the other woman, da-da-da. And I get it. It hurts. Yep. I get it. Yep. You're in pain. Yep. But it's not about you.
And there you go. I always just say to my kids, I never badmouthed their dad. Because I think you're going to see it for yourself. You can go and ask. You can make your own opinion on why he's not around or why he doesn't want to come and see you after we've split up or whatever. So it was cool for a period. But after that, I was never that person to stop you. I'm not a woman who's like, you can't come around to go and see. And for a very long time, many years, I didn't even go after child support. I did it, like you said, got on with it. Sent my kids to Zambia, boarding school, the rest of it, etc. But I'm not going to stop him from seeing his kids. That's the relationship between a father and his children.
And here's the thing as well.
And that's where the stereotype comes into it. And that's when you think all black fathers are the same as the person who chooses not to go and see his kid. It's not the case.
It's not the case. And I think the thing is for me as well, I said from the top of this conversation, I know what I missed. I know what I missed, okay? I would not deny my children of that. I've seen how important my kid's dad is to them. I've seen them like, I don't want her dad. I've heard Nala say, I'm really sorry. When there's times she's been a bit cheeky to her dad and I've taken her to one side and said, your dad don't deserve that. He don't. And she burst into tears. I didn't want to make daddy feel like that. I'm so sorry. And in those moments, because my girls are all mummy. But in those moments, you realise, no, they're daddy's girls as well, kind of thing. I would never want to take that from you.
No, it's true.
So no matter how I'm feeling, and it goes both ways, because there's a lot of men that can't separate their feelings for the mother for the feelings from the kids.
Oh, and I felt like, I've heard that. I've heard someone say to me, maybe he can't separate, you and the kids. Well, you need to separate me and the kids because we're two different.
Bottom line is, both parties need to put the children first, irrespective of how you feel.
And that is the bottom line, and that's what you have to do. But generally, it was a long conversation, but it was just like, it's true. I think, but I actually ended it by saying what you said, echoing what you said, that I personally, my circle, the fathers that I know, whether they are single, majority of them that I know of, are...
I don't think I'd be friends with somebody who I knew wasn't seeing their kids.
Yeah, they see their kids. They're all about their kids. Do you know what I mean? Even my son, who's 25, he steps up to the plate financially for each other. There's grown people who don't. I don't need to be told. This is what it is. Nursery fees are this. This is what you're doing. So I'm proud to see that that's not the case with that in that situation. Do you know what I mean?
Nothing less.
You know, so, but again, then you got the other aspect of my other son where the situation is completely different. So, you know.
But this is what I say again with women, and sometimes I think it's immaturity.
Yeah.
Like, potentially when you get a bit older and you meet another partner and then that's when you start to see the co-parenting relationship shifts, because the mentality's shifted. You've matured a bit more and you realise it's not about you. And also sometimes just being in a happier situation means you're at better.
Absolutely.
Kind of thing. But I do think sometimes immaturity comes into it in terms of, I can't imagine, like I said, ever saying you can't see your kid because you don't see me, or because you cheated on me, or because you da-da-da-da. Is that what's best for my children? And apart from that, I don't want to do it all on my own.
I think, like you said, spite, isn't it?
I don't even think it's spite, it's hurt.
Sorry, yeah.
And hurt causes spite.
Yeah, I was just going to say hurt then leads on to the spite. I'm feeling spiteful because, you know what, I'm going to spite my nose, whatever, cut
off my nose to spite my face.
There we go. It's just do you know...
But that's immaturity as well. And that's the problem sometimes when having kids young.
And that's one of the topics a lot that we're going to talk about is growth on this show, because this is the growth and breaking through situations. Yeah. It's like, you know what, this is what it was like. Whoa, I got here. Like, I got through that. But some people I think some people are quite happy being miserable.
Oh, hell yeah. We've had this conversation so many times. And I'm not talking about depression that needs to be medicated. No, I'm not talking about that.
Not at all.
I'm talking about an imbalance in your brain. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the choice. The mindset.
I get up every day and I've got a choice. What am I going to choose? And this is the thing. It's like self-reflection. And I was saying earlier to Jermaine, like, people don't look at what they have.
And I'm glad you said that. So we were talking about my client.
Yes.
Who will remain nameless. Yeah. And she keeps doing this thing where she keeps saying to me, she's 54.
With the client that you're training, right?
Yeah.
Because, so we are both
personal trainers.
That's it. Right.
Thank you. In case you couldn't
tell. Check out the guns. Mine's are hiding.
Under the shirt.
You know.
Bodies being served. But
bodies being served over there, y'all. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so we trade. Let me tell you something. We are jack of all trades. Is it master? What's the?
Well, actually, we're jack of all trades and masters of all of them.
But you know, the saying goes, jack of all trades, but master of none. But better than being a master of one.
Oh, there we go.
That's how the saying actually finishes. Yeah.
See, there. Oh, word blue. Okay, say that again, girl.
Jack of all trades, but master of none. But better than being a master of one.
Girl. Somebody, but anyway, we'll come back to that. And
so
your client,
she keeps saying, "No, this woman looks so good, like age-wise."
She looks, you sent me, I think I saw.
Yeah, she looks amazing, but she keeps doing this thing where she's like, "I'm 54, I'm 54," and I realize she's lying to me. She ain't actually 54. We'll come to that. I'm 54, I'm 54, I'm 54. No, yeah, I'm 54, I'm 54. No, she's I'm 54 next year. I'm 54 next year. I'm 54 next year. And I'm like, cool. She goes, but don't tell nobody. I tell all my friends. Yeah, she goes, my friends will know I'm a liar. That's her exact words.
Wow.
I'm actually, today all think I'm 45. And I was like,
sorry, so they all think she's 45, but she's actually 54.
She's actually 54.
She's told her friends that I'm 45.
In fact, she's 54 next year. So she keeps saying to me, I'm 54 next year, 50 next year.
But her friends
all think she's 45. Now, unless they went to school with you, they're going to know.
So wait, I'm coming to you. My friend. Well, you ain't my friend, you're my sister.
But imagine I met you for the first time.
Yeah.
So anyway, she goes, oh, don't tell no one. Don't tell no one. My first thing is, I don't know anybody that cares. I don't. That said, I've just told you. But, and I'm like, but you look amazing. Like, I don't understand why you'd want to hide that. Like, what? Yep. And when I say she's quite incessant about it, like, if I betrayed her, and
her age.
She mentioned one time, but you told your husband, because I just happened to say flippantly, I was telling my husband how good you look. No, but she was like, I was hurt by the fact that I'd mentioned it to my husband. So she's quite serious about don't tell people my real age. I'm 45. And you're lying about your age by about 10 years.
That's my point.
10 years is wild. Yeah.
What is going on in her brain?
Right. But it's like they're not accepting what it is. And I said to her, you look so good. Listen, the pride I take. Today I was in the gym and some guy came to stand. I'm doing chin-ups.
Yeah.
I can do chin-ups.
I love that for you, girl.
And some guy comes by me and randomly he's like, oh, we just had to talking. He's like, are you Caribbean? And he was trying it, quite frankly.
Yeah, of course he was. Standard.
But whenever someone's trying with me, I just start talking about Dominic.
I just do this.
No, I don't even bother because I've got gloves on so you can't see it.
Oh, yeah.
So I just start talking about my husband. My husband, I was like, no, I'm not from the Caribbean, but my husband is. But my husband is.
Shut you up.
And our 3 kids. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
And anyway, we ended up just being cool, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And he was just like, I said to him, he said, how old are you? And I said, how old are you? So I was like, so we're guessing, da, da, da. And I'm like, I'm 40. And I said, I'm really proud to say I'm 40. I love the look on people's faces, much like his, when I say I'm 40.
How old was he?
He was 48. And I like to, I always got
something. Oh, yes. And he was a he.
Yeah, he was he. And he looked great for his age. Like, I wouldn't have guessed 40. Yeah. I wouldn't have guessed that man and gone, you're nearly 50. Anyway, but I was just like, I'm so proud. Like, when I told him, he was like, no. And I like that.
Exactly.
I like that. No? I like that. I tell you for the just because I want to hear it. And then when I tell you, my oldest is 15. Go on. I've had
tell me more children. Exactly. There we go. Right.
So I don't understand
yourself up absolutely.
Right. So I don't understand this.
Why she's hiding it?
Yeah,
and you look great.
And it's a choice not to embrace who you
are. Because also age, and I think age is just a number.
Above that, it's a
wisdom.
Privilege.
Yes, I think it is. Wisdom and life experience is what you have with that, being obviously on the planet longer than others. But like, be youthful, embrace it. Like you said, I'm 48. 48, y'all. And you know what? I gotta be proud of it. I'm sorry, you've got to be proud of it.
It is a privilege to age. I'm not saying you have to age badly. If you want to get your nips up yourself. But it is a privilege to age. That is not afforded to everybody.
And it's not. And I'm sorry, but like when you were in your when you were in your teens and even 20s, I guess 40 seemed like a lot, like old, and it seemed old.
I'm so grateful for every morning that I wake up.
Thank you.
I'm so grateful for every birthday that I reach.
But then I guess 40-year-olds don't look like this now.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the look.
No. Yeah. I'm being serious when I say what I'm saying. If you think about a 40-year-old back in the 80s.
Yeah, it's completely different. Do you remember the Golden Girls? Do you remember that show?
Yeah.
When they all supposed to be in their 40s. When they was,
girl, when the Golden Girls in their 40s. Well, I don't know about when.
Even Desperate Housewives, when they all supposed to be in their 40s.
Yeah. But some of them, like, even Longoria look good.
They look good for women in their 50s. But it weren't
I hear it. But but it was just different. Yeah. When you saw a 40-year-old, I mean, in my head, that's how I remember. I remember
when you turned 40, I was like, I don't know what a 40-year-old's supposed to look like anymore.
This is my point. Yeah, you did.
I don't know what it's supposed to look like.
And that's what I'm saying. So here you are, 40. Look at Angela Bassett. I heard the other day.
She's 60 something.
The picture of her went viral.
Yeah. She looked good.
That's my point.
Look at my mother-in-laws.
Gosh, Leslie.
I think Leslie's like
Gillian.
I won't air out Jill's age.
No, we're not. But they look good.
Even my father-in-law.
Oh my gosh, Jeff.
And the reason I'm not saying my own mum is because my mum's a lot younger. But my father-in-law's, I think he's nearing his mid-70s. Yeah, that man looks fantastic.
He does.
Skin, everything. He look good.
Black don't crack, honey.
But my point is this. It is you've got people over here. Oh my God, I'm about to 30.
What did she say when she said to you that you told your husband?
She's like.
What did you say?
I had said, I don't know anybody that cares. That was my exact words. I don't know anybody that cares. Because she kept on going, sorry. And I
actually thought you said it in your head.
No, because she kept on saying to me over and over. So I was getting a bit annoyed. So she was like, make sure you don't tell nobody. Make sure you don't tell nobody. But I'd already said in an earlier conversation. So I was talking to my husband and he was like, oh my God, she looks amazing.
Yeah.
But she was, so when I said to her, I don't know anybody that cares. She was like, but you told your husband. I was like,
wow.
But it's my husband.
Wow.
And I don't think she gets how married people work.
No.
Or even long-time pairs. If you tell me, you have to very specifically say, don't tell Dom. Because when you say don't tell anyone, he is not anyone. Thank you very much.
Dom gonna be knowing.
He's gonna be knowing.
Okay.
That's my partner.
And that's it. And that's it, right? That is exactly.
And we need stuff to talk about.
It's beautiful though.
We need stuff to talk about.
Yeah, but like, when we get to the episode when we talk about love and relationships, I look forward to unpacking your your beginning of your love story.
When I see people, I won't go too much, but when I see people that from House of Fraser and they're like, oh my God, I was there from the beginning and look, you guys still together. I'm like, damn.
This is why, guys, we're going to get into it, because me and Lu, going back to a little bit about Lu and I's friendship.
20 years.
20 years, we met. Me being the Clara that I am, I saw this beautiful girl wearing a lovely white dress. I remember why do I see
silver heels?
Silver heels. I remember it to a T. Right? Worked in House of Fraser. I was Nails Inc. Oxford Street. Lu was, I don't know, was it?
I was on the fourth floor, one of the
whatever concessions. But anyway, she was looking really nice. And I saw her and I was just like, you know what? You look really lovely. I paid her a compliment, told her how lovely she looked. And that is how we became friends.
That's literally the story.
She was like, where do you work? I said, I do with nails at Nails Inc. She came and got her nails done. We kept on hanging out. We started going out.
That's the beginning of our love story.
And that was the beginning of our love story, babes.
Isn't it? Like, 20 years later.
20 years later.
Babes.
Like, it's...
I call her wifey. We call each other wifey.
Wifey.
The wife.
Been through...
A lot
together.
Yeah. Not much at each other. We're very good at talking to
whenever,
each other.
Do you know what? Oh no, and so Lu will call me up anytime, and we're gonna get to that again in later episodes when we dive. Oh my gosh,
deep dive.
Thank you. Can't speak. I'm having a bit of gin to celebrate the start of this, But anyway, Lu will pretty much just call me up. That's what I love about a friendship.
My thing is this:
very straightforward.
Most things go over my head. Most things, I live in Cloud Lululand.
Yeah,
we always say I live in my own bubble.
Yep.
But if anything penetrates the bubble, because most things go over my head. If anything gets into the bubble and I'm thinking about it a bit too much, because I'm often
then I need to address it.
I don't care. No. I'm thinking about this too much. I got to say something.
No, but generally, it's true. Our friendship has never been. We've never had a toxic friendship.
We've never stopped talking.
No, never.
We've never stopped talking.
Gosh.
You know what it is, and it's got to the point where, because obviously when you're young, you have certain perspectives on friendships and Yeah. But it's got to the point where if you bring something to me now, I'd be so aghast at the idea that I've upset you.
Yeah.
And I think that's a little bit different to my husband in a little way, because if you said to me, Lu, you know when you did X, it really hurt me. My intake would be like, oh, I'm so really.
You'd be like, done what?
I'm like, no, that's not how it happened. That is not the timeline of what happened. You're missing steps out. Whereas with you and my sister and Hells, I'd be so much like,
yeah, you are.
I'm so sorry that you feel like that.
Yes.
I will not do that again.
Fully. And this is the thing. I posted the picture of...
But it's also because you're good people. And I know you're not taking a piss.
That's what I was just going to say. It's having good people in your life. True, genuine... Guys, I am the godmother to all three of our girls.
All three of my kids.
All three of our girls.
How long would we known? So we would have known each other like 5 years by that point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. By the time you had. Absolutely. Yeah. We're going... Oh, gosh. Yeah, it's a long story. So we go back a long way.
A long way.
And I could not be doing this.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
We're finishing off with sentences. When do we start doing that?
I know, babes. But so I'm looking forward to this journey.
Yeah.
And to, again, just talk, have conversations, put our opinions, because I think we do have something to share.
Yeah. And I think we have something of value.
Absolutely. My thing is, I actually want to leave an impact. I want to make an impact. And I'm here personally. For me, Lu, it's like what I've learned about myself, and I think you've seen this with my growth, with my journey, right?
That's also a discussion in itself.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We've got. This is why we are doing so much to talk about. But the growth that I have done, I'm not going to sell myself short. I'm not going to belittle myself. I'm not going to think I don't deserve or I can't do that. I'm not capable. I am very much capable. I am more than enough. I'm lovable. Deserving, right? And I want to make an impact in the world. I've been thinking more of when you pass on and you're gone and say, how do I want to be remembered? Who was Clara? What did she do? So you know what? If I can inspire, encourage, put a smile, make somebody cry. Oh, there's going to be tears too, guys. I'm a bit of a PUSSY.
I say it to her all the time.
She says it to me all the time. I'm in tune. I'm in touch with my emotions. But so for me, I've realised that I want to make an impact, and hence why we are here. And I'm very, very grateful for you.
I think I just want to be a safe space.
There we go.
More than anything, listen, we don't have to agree on everything. But
no, because life doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. And I feel like in our society sometimes, it's if you don't agree with me, we can't be friends. Yeah, if you don't agree with me, this can't work. This is toxic. I don't want to hear anymore. I want to hear different opinions. I want myself to take them on board, but at least it gives me context into why. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a space I want to grow into for me specifically. Mm-hmm. Likewise, I'm doing it with my children every single day. I say it to my kids all the time. Nala, you were my first go at this. By the time I get to Alara, I'll be a pro. By the time Alara's 15, I'll be a pro at this.
There you go.
Would have been my third time at the gate. But you're my test dummy, darling. Mm. But I say to her all the time, we're going to do this together, darling. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. It's my first time, but we're going to do this together. I say to all the time, I'm going to make mistakes, baby. Yep. You're going to make mistakes. I'm going to correct you. We're going to hug it out. We're going to say we love each other. And then we're going to move on. The moving on part, she hasn't got it, but then we're going to move on. Because she's like me.
Grown up, boy.
But she's like me, as in we hold on to things. Yeah. No, not necessarily like we hold on to things, but we don't process it very quickly.
Takes a minute.
It depends on how long it's festered. Okay. So if something's bothering me for 2 weeks, then I have a conversation with you. I might have a brilliant conversation with you, but I still need to separately. I need to let go of it.
Okay, yourself. Yeah. So you need to go through your own getting over, letting go. Yeah.
Where some people, the minute you have the conversation, it's gone for them.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "Can we hug?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not there yet."
Do you know what? I hear it. Very good point.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
And my husband is very much like that. My middle child is very much like that. They could I can cuss Sienna. 2 minutes later, she's like, "We good?" Whereas Nala, she needs a minute. So I realize all the traits in my daughter that I don't like.
Isn't that interesting?
Are my own.
Yeah. Oh,
isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy?
Yes.
And all the bits I love best about Sienna are her dad. Alara's a different kettle of fish.
Tarika says to me, Darian and you are so the same person.
Really?
Oh my gosh. So this is why I'm laughing. This is exactly. So I get it. That's what I'm saying. Like I just get told that.
And it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like all the things because of what you just said. It's like you just like, and then Tarika would be like, sometimes we'll be having a chat or whatever conversation. Tarika's let it go, but me and Darian are still on. And Tarika's like, guys, let it go.
And the thing is, we've said it's done, but I need a minute. And I need a minute. Do you know as well? Because I've built it up. Because when I have a conversation with someone, you also think they're going to be resistant to what you're saying. So
sometimes you played the whole conversation in your own
So
head.
when I turn around and go, okay, you're like, what?
That's not what I expected.
That's not what I expected. And now you need a second to just like wheel it back.
Different perspective. It's like, okay, how am I going to handle it now? How am I going to handle it now? So
go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Give me a hug. Not yet.
But
I have forgiven you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's true. And I think, there you go. Love it.
Love it too, darling.
Love it. Love it, babes. Yeah, I think,
You want to stick a pin?
Yeah, I think nice, short, sweet.
Yeah. All right. Well, you've been watching The Breakthrough. We'll see you in a few weeks.
Yes. Thanks, guys.